The National Housing Strategy represents a once-in-a-generation $40 billion vision of how we can protect the affordability of the current affordable housing stock in Canada, build 4 times as many units as the past decade, repair 3 times as many units as the past decade, and reduce chronic homelessness by 50%.
Good evening. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau unveiling some of the details of that ambitious plan just about an hour ago, right behind me here at Lawrence Heights, which is a 100-acre public housing facility in the midst of a major revitalization. Here are a few of the highlights of the PM's announcement. The creation of a new $4 billion benefit to help low-income families with rent. Eligible households will get, on average, $2,500 a year. Trudeau says they expect 300,000 families to take advantage of this over time. The feds are also committing $20 billion in provincial and territorial housing programs over 12 years. As well, they'll be introducing a plan in April of 2019 to cut chronic homelessness by 50%.
Our government recognizes that housing rights are human rights. Everyone deserves a safe and affordable place to call home, and we will introduce legislation to ensure that future governments continue to take steps to support access to adequate housing.
Here in Toronto, this strategy and funding will help us repair our social housing, and this will keep a roof, a proper and a fit roof, over the heads of more than 60,000 Toronto households. It was simply not sensible for property taxpayers alone to undertake these repairs, nor was it right not to make the repairs.
The timing of this announcement was carefully planned. It falls on National Housing Day. It was an annual event created back in 1998 when homelessness was declared a national disaster. But this day has also brought out a number of protests, including one this morning at King and Dufferin. Traffic was disrupted at the intersection at about 8 this morning. Residents of Parkdale are protesting a plan of so-called high-end 703-unit condo development for that corner. Residents are worried that the cost of living is being driven up in the traditionally lower-income Parkdale neighborhood, and that is driving poorer people out. Now, some other protests were also held today in a number of cities, expressing concern that the majority of this affordable housing funding will not kick in until after the next federal election, making it uncertain that a new government would go ahead with this plan. So they are demanding that the full amount be spent in the next 2 years.